Hello everybody and welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm Count Christo. This is Aurora 4X and this is the preparation for the Eldar. We are working on refitting all of our ships to the new versions. I actually didn't take note of what the new technology we got was. What is the name of the best engine we now have? The Magnetic Containment Fusion Drive. Cool. And we're just retrofitting lots of our old ships to have that new drive, as well as retooling such that our new ships can be built to that specification, especially our escort destroyers, which are, of course, the ship of the hour right now, as we barrel towards, hopefully, being in a position to take on them aliens. Speaking of the aliens, let's take a look at where we are. Oh, that's weird. Why isn't my map button working? Because it was already open and it doesn't bring it to the front when you click it. Fair enough. Okay, so we have some designating to do. Because I realized I never got around to actually properly designating all these systems. So let's do that. Also, this music has got very quiet all of a sudden. I shall turn it up. Alright, so planet designation, sorry, system designation. 100 Leonis is nothing. Rename it, it is desolate. That is a 9. Do I put dashes in my system names? I do. Ursa Minoris, this is a mine, technically, but it's not going to get mined in a hurry. It's a, what the heck is that? No, don't autoplay golf with your friends video. That's funny. Okay. What was this? It's thrown me so much. This is a mining system. We will pull the corundium off that comet and then we shall designate it desolate. Beta Antilli. There is some stuff to mine here. Not a huge amount. Not enough to... I mean, there is a million brondite, but it's very low. Not enough to want to inhabit it. Probably. But, I mean... maybe I should inhabit it. Well, it's a mineral system regardless. I'm considering inhabiting it because it will be easier to defend if it's inhabited. Next up... Procyon. We've got a fair amount of resources here on this comet, and a population, you know, decent population size planet. Very high colony cost because of 10 atmospheres of carbon dioxide. How big is it? Remind me how big that is. Yeah, it's like half Earth size. I designate you a mining system, just because we are going to want to pull the stuff off that planet. We're probably not going to bother inhabiting a single planet in a distant system which has quite such an unpleasant atmosphere to start with. Sirius. No minerals. Room for some inhabiting. And a decent, decently terraformable planet. I think... we're not going to inhabit this in the immediate future, though, are we? Realistically. We have way more places to terraform before this. I am going to say populate as the designation, but it's a soft populate. And SETI is empty. Good. Now, some of these names are annoying me, because we have a query... and easier query. So easier query is going to get renamed. There's nothing much here, is there? No. It's getting renamed to EZ. How can I make that funny? We're just going to call it EZ. I'm fine with that. And then any other names here that I can't say that I want to change? I think the rest of these are fine. I don't like numbers in the name. What did I just do? Select name? No. I want to rename system. I don't like numbers in the name apart from my designations. So I'm going to remove them. And, right, yeah, I can't really say this one. Lacatile is a planet that is a system name I'm not good at saying. Oh, just renaming the system? Rename all the bodies in the system, including ones you've given specific names? Damn. Okay, we've got to keep that in mind. I'm going to rename this to, still lack something. Lack Isle. And I'm going to pronounce that Lack Isle, as in, you know, Isle like island. And this is the capital, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, damn. Has this renamed all my designated planets in this system as well? Bollocks. What do we call this? Damn, I've forgotten. It was called... It was lake in Latin, wasn't it? Lacus, that's right. But does that mean I now have to go back through and redesignate all the planets in Lacus? Yes. Balls. Although I only did one, apparently. This is clearly a mining world, and we're going to inhabit it. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is a inhabited mining world, which is 3. And Lacus, how much stuff did you have? Yeah, so we're going to have local industry on Lacus, for sure. Okay, so this should all be good now. Ah, but it's undone. No, I didn't rename any of these. So it should be good. These names, these designations should be correct. What is this? This is a non-populated mine. Rename pop. Which is 5, right? Non-populated mine? No, non-populated mine is nothing. That's right. Non-populated mine is designated by the means of having automated mines aboard on it. Okay, right. So Skippy is perfectly inhabitable, which means the terraformers are still just going to remove a bit more water vapor, so that we are left with the right hydrographic extent. Good, good. And then in microscopy, are there other bodies that want terraforming? That's too hot. This one looks quite doable. Yeah, this is very doable. This one has some hydrographic extent as well. Also very doable. The temperature variation is a bit high, unfortunately. Goes from -13 to +91. There's not much I can do about that. This one's got much smaller variance. It's basically the eccentric orbit is too extreme here. Here, it's doable. Doable. Well, we'll worry about that once we've finished the hydrographic fixing on the other one. Okay, press on. Everything designated out. Should close my galaxy map. The retooling for the new adder class is done, but obviously can't make use of that until these have finished building. Good stuff. What are my colony ships doing right now? They should be taking people out to microscopy, right? Yeah, I think it's done its first delivery, actually. Right? Yeah, there we go. Skippy. Nice. Oh, it's not in the sector, apparently? Or has my sector governor been removed again? No, he has. Hasn't, rather. How many jumps are there to Skippy? Microscopy's all the way over here, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. And the Sol sector... Ah, it's just not been added. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Good. It hasn't reassigned him. That's very good news. So anyway, it's definitely a destination of colonists. Has all these orbital terraforming modules. Still just pulling the stuff out. Nearly there. It's got some good places to mine, but it's the Skippy... As I recall, it's the other bodies in the system that have the sizable mining potential. Yeah. Okay, but this is the one to inhabit. Why? Because it has a larger max pop capacity? Actually, this one has a larger max pop capacity. Why didn't we do this one first? Because it's extremely cold. Fair enough. It still kind of makes a better capital world, though. We can always switch which is the capital world in the fullness of time. Anyway. So, what do I want to do here? I guess we just start letting this population grow. We probably want to... Well, the civilians will send over people to it, actually, as well as us. But, yeah, let's ship over some more people from Europa. It's a long round trip. What does it take? Yeah, it's a very long round trip, actually. Auto route back. Cycle those moves. Yeah, it takes... We can only take 3 trips a year. But we can take 2.5 million people each time, so... Yeah, that's a very long trip. Okay, corgis have been refitted. Good. Are those all the corgis I have? I'm not sure they are. No, we have one more, that's right. And then give me an auto refit on the Oxfords to Deerhounds, please. Good. Anything else I should check? What's the environment like on my work in progress moons? Titan. Nothing's going on Titan. Oh, that's right. We stopped terraforming Titan. I'm thinking of Callisto. Still adding more warming stuff there. And Europa not doing anything despite the temperature being high. Okay, so give me some more of that, please. Callisto's still adding, obviously. And Phrygium still cooling down Mercury. Doing what we can there. Looks like we're going to be able to get it to pretty nice and habitable fairly soon on Mercury, actually. Very good. Okay, and on Earth, we have some mines. Io, we have some workers. It's a match made in heaven. Give me 180 mines over there pronto. That didn't do anything. Now it did. I added it as an automated mine. Delete that supply. IO, demand, mines. Good. And the stockpile is reducing, yes. Good, okay, pressing on. Science team has invented the 40% commercial magnetic fusion drive. That's the one we're not currently using, I believe. No problem. What else do I want? Yeah, let's get a bunch of logistics stuff. I'd like to start inventing some things for carriers. I've never used a carrier, and I'm curious as to their efficacy. The advantage of a carrier carrying little smaller ships is basically that when you actually engage in combat, the ship that engages is way smaller, which has some fairly obvious benefits. The cruiser yards have done. Let us refit the Azazel class to the Baal class, which costs 3,000. To build a new one costs 7,000. Which does raise the question of would you rather refit or just build a new one, but I think I would rather refit. It's expensive, especially expensive in Gallicite. Very expensive in Gallicite, of course, because it's just an engine refit that we're doing here, basically. Still, I think it's worth doing. We don't want to have just more ships because we start hitting maintenance problems. Centotl has been done, and the Gate Manufactorium is ongoing with the other ones. Fine. Oh yeah, one thing I don't think I've ever shown during this Let's Play, which might be worth having a look at, is if we go to Sol, it's worth noting, like, if we turn on civilians in contacts, it's no wonder they cause the game to lag, right? Because, I mean, there's more than I can show on the screen. There's crap tons of civilians flying around Sol right now. What have I done? There we go. Let's enter it. There we go. I mean, like, look at all of these bad boys. There's freaking millions of them flying around the place at all times. And, so yeah, it's no wonder the game starts to slow down. Okay, carrying on. Refitted the Deerhounds. good. Which means I have a free dockyard here. Yeah. Auto refit. Oxfords to Deerhounds, please. Go for it. Okay. Nice. The ice on Europa has melted. And that looks like it's going to be enough to put us firmly into the healthy temperature range. We still need a little bit more because the we want the minimum temperature to be above -10 as well, of course. How are we doing on that hydrographic extent? Getting there. Sheffield class retooling completed at the tanker wells. Great. Where have they gone? Tanker wells, deep well fields, there they are. Give me an auto refit, Bosphorus to Sheffield with both. Nice. And then I think that should just about round out the hydrographic. A tiny bit more. And there's the destroyer yard engine invented. So we can retool to the Icarus DD. Marvelous. Any ships I want to scrap? Not right now, I don't think. Okay, so we've got 15 labs available. What else do I want to research right now? Maybe start doing some ground combat stuff. We should probably... Yeah, let's do that. Let's start inventing a bunch of ground combat stuff so that we can actually have, like, some ground forces. Because I'm worried that otherwise if we let just, like, one alien ship through, the fact that we have no defenses means that they'll just, like, land some ground troops and, you know, totally wipe us out, basically. I've no idea if that's likely, but... You know, we don't want to risk it. So those mines have already been pulled off. We have another 120. That's apply 120 mines. IO demand 120 mines. We're passing 1,000 mines on IO now, ripping 28,000 corundium out of the earth per year. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Still well in the green on workers here. So yeah, we can pump a bunch more in here and absolutely shred IO surface, which is going to be great. Meanwhile, how are we doing on corundium? You know what? We're doing so well. Get me some more mines. If we can just get out of this, completely out of this corundium crunch situation, then I'll start focusing on other materials. The Bosworth Field retooling is done. So the Agincourt upgrade to Bosworth Field. Spend some Gallicite on that. How are we doing on Gallicite available mining reserves, by the way? Yeah, it's bad, basically. There's Titan. There's AD Leonis. And there's a fair amount in base telescopy. But these high numbers with the very low accessibility is not... it's not very desirable to see. So we need to keep an eye out for some more Gallicite on our adventures, that's for sure. Okay, pressing on. Okay. Some more refits. All of those can be continuing. Yeah, no maintenance clock reductions on those, obviously. Maximum orbiting. Sorry, maximum orbital mining done. Just keep on keeping on that one. Good. Okay, almost in a place where we can get some good stuff. Oh, that hydrographic extent is definitely going to have been sorted by now. Let's go take a look at that. Skippy up to 2.6 million people now. Very nice. And indeed, the hydrographic extent is sufficiently low. So, switch back to none. Minimum temperature, look at that. Just exactly on the cusp of where we want it. And now, the terraformers. What else do I want to terraform in microscopy? Where has the most minerals? This one. Moon 6. Very large population capacity. Right now, Yeah, pretty low terraforming speed. Are any of the others just more habitable to start with? Yeah, this one's quite a bit easier. Although it's very hot. You can, I believe there's a cap to greenhouse, but not anti-greenhouse. Many of these are easier. This one has some serious deposits, though. How about this one's deposits? I mean, yeah, they're almost as good, to be honest. And there's a bunch of brondite that we can use for further terraforming. Let's get this one done. Terraforming 1, move to microscopy 1. Microscopy 1, you need a terraforming governor. Skippy, you no longer need a high priority, and you are just working on pop growth, wealth creation, and, in the fullness of time, mining. So give me that 40%. He's got better. Nice. Okay. So yeah, we got him assigned. They're en route. So we go environment. We add some oxygen first. Just knock it out. Good. Okay. The terraforming fleet is in position. Pump out that oxygen, boys. Get it done. Europa keeps changing climate. Let's take a look at the current situation on Europa. Europa. Right, Europa is just teetering on the brink here. Between two climates, I guess. It's actually, you know, already perfectly habitable now. In fact, nice. I didn't realize, I forgot that was new. Okay. Very nice temperature now. Which means we have a wonderful 52 terraforming installations that in the short term, I guess, can just go to Mercury. Terraforming installation demand, what did I say? 52, I think? Yes, terraforming installation supply, 52, good. Get them over to Mercury. And yeah, Europa can just keep on growing a nice little population for us. And should be good. Top priority is population growth, followed by wealth creation, followed by, I don't care, sure, political reliability. Low priority planet. No mining going on here, just growing people, basically. The finest of crops. Lots of retooling. Bunch of our freighters done. And the oxygen on microscopy 3 has already reached its desired level. Very nice. How are you doing, by the way, on your terraforming? You've got a governor assigned, yeah? Yeah. Very nearly there. Okay, we've got the oxygen. Now, give me some water vapor. And I think, you know, it's like 0.43 or something. Let's add 0.43 and then just see what that does to the hydrographic extent. Yeah, the retooling of the Daniel freights will continue for some time because we have quite a lot of those to do. I think I'll actually add another slipway because these retoolings times with the freighters, they take a long time. I appear to have told it that there are more terraforming installations on Earth than there are. That was foolish of me. Delete this supply. And then after a few ticks, we will be rid of this annoying pop-up. 6, I think. 6 times it will pop up more because it said 6 assigned. Good. Mercury wants another 0.3. I guess there were some terraforming installations on Earth. That's weird. Anyway, we've got 24.6 still available here. You're demanding that, so I'll just modify it to demand another, what did I say? 43, I think? 24. Not even close. 24. Good. Okay, press on. I'm tempted to reduce the number of civilian ships so the ticks go a bit faster. Because there are more than we need, for sure. But, I don't know. Oh, getting a phone call. Excuse me. Right, sorry about that. It was a very funny phone call. There was this real estate agent, but I got them confused for a solar panel salesman I was expecting a phone call from. So we had a very confusing conversation for a couple of minutes there. Anyway, back to this. Give me that electronic warfare research, please. Good. Okay. Barreling towards success now. How long until my destroyers are built? My second wave of destroyers. The atmosphere has been added sufficiently. Good. They are done in... Oh, very shortly. November. Nice. Now, the terraforming over here. No, sorry. It's the terraforming... It is this one. No, beta telescoping mean for this one. We've added enough oxygen. Right now it's all frozen. Right. Understandable. Give me 1.4 atmospheres of heating gases and we'll see what we can do to raise that up. I don't know if we're going to be able to raise it up high enough, but we'll see. Okay, and then, yeah, just a quick check, because I keep forgetting the ones in here. We're trying to add, yeah, just a bit more here. We have no terraforming capacity to do it with. But presumably the supported population is, yeah, massively above what it actually has in infrastructure anyway. Okay, what can I do about that? I can build a couple more. Let's build a couple more terraformers. Give me a fleet of Boreas class terraformers just so we can do little tweaks when needed. Okay. Good. Just a few more weeks until our destroyers have launched. Then, of course, we refit them to the new destroyer class. And then we're in business. One thing I suppose I could do... Oh, this is kind of a fun idea. So we've got these comets, right? And they're slowly moving in and out of the solar system. We could turn each of them into a moving, passive listening sensor station by putting a bunch of deep space sensors on them. And then we'd have these like constantly moving ones trying to find raiders out there. That's a cool idea, though, I say so myself. We might look into that. Right, another 250 mines. Io, you got the workers, I got the mines. Have another 250 mines. We are absolutely cranking on the mines now. Add another supply. Good. And yeah, I mean, look at this. We're replenishing it extremely fast. Io is mashing out 30,000 corundium a year now. Very, very beautiful. We will just... I think what I'll now do is because I don't feel like I have a crunch for anything. I want to build like 100,000 of every resource, and then we try and stay strict with ourselves. Don't go below that. Okay, here's our new anti-Dark Eldar destroyers. Done. Now it's time for some auto refitting from class 1 to class 2. Get it done. Right, and the Icarus auto refits Acasta to Icarus. Get it done. Okay. The boat bay research is done. Give me a small boat bay as well. So now the next thing is, those are going to be done in... So it's going to take till May of next, so that's like 6 months. So it's going to take a year. We've got a year. In a year, I'll have 4 destroyer escorts. What I want to do is by the time I have those destroyer escorts, be ready to resume exploration, right? And what that looks like is having decided in each of these systems where our defenses are. You know what? There's some extra things I should display on here. Show me populated systems. And the sectors should just be everywhere. Yeah, good. So these are the 4 systems that we actively want to be patrolling and defending, right? Well, that's another interesting question. Are my... No, my Oxfords are currently slower than the aliens. Maybe I should build a faster scout vessel such that it can actually outpace the aliens. The Corgi can't even outpace the aliens. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. We should make it so our scout vessel can outpace them at their current known speed. Really, shouldn't we? So we would do that by replacing the engine. What size are we going for here? About 10,000. I mean, I could give it one of these. Now it's going staggeringly faster than the aliens. Very small range, though. What about if I gave it a big engine? Wouldn't quite do it. What about one of these older engines? I mean, look at that pace. I think we do this. They don't need much fuel storage. I mean, they don't need much... what am I trying to say? Much but fuel storage, I guess. The ship size is now slightly too large, though. They don't need that long deployment time, to be honest. What else can I cut? I guess they don't need that much, quite that much range. It's already getting too close. Yeah, I'd rather have a scout. What I'm saying is I'd rather have a scout that can spot the enemy ships and then, you know, live to tell the tale. This was a suicide scout. We're upgrading. But let's not upgrade it right now. Let's upgrade it when we have the better sensors. Because then we'll know, like, how far away from the enemy it needs to be able to get. Or stay, rather. So, Sol, I'm not worried about defending Sol. We have a good vision range on stuff. Well, do we? How fast are my fuel shuttles? Fuel shuttle... My fuel shuttle is fast. My mineral network is at risk of interception. Now, the easiest way to avoid the mineral shuttle being intercepted would be, again, to make a faster version. Because right now, the mineral shuttle is just a freighter. A Daniel-class freighter. And if I wanted to make it faster, everything above a 50% engine is military class, isn't it? Yeah. So what if I put a big commercial engine on it? Didn't I design a huge one? Is it this one? I thought I designed a huge commercial engine. Looks like I didn't. Let's prototype one. It's got to be 50%, but give it 400 hull size. This is going to be a rather unique freighter, but this is a 50% 400 hull size. Prototype that. So if you whacked on one of these bad boys, I still can't outrun them. Not with a commercial thing. Okay, so I guess basically, because I don't want to have a destroyer running permanently on the mineral shuttle runs. And if that mineral shuttle run is interrupted, even for not very long, we're going to start having problems. So I think what we'll need to do is think about how I'm going to defend this jump point to here and this jump point to here. One option would be to have a space station at the jump point, which means that we only have to have a fast response from either side of it. But if the aliens appear here, I don't know how I could have a ship fast enough to intercept. Maybe, and I don't know, but maybe a sufficiently violent response to the aliens will scare them off. Maybe they'll try and attack systems that aren't as well defended. Let's go on the basis that the link between Beta Telescopy and Sol is going to be undefended for now, because we have the fallback of, if we really need to defend it, we can use the destroyer escorts, actually, you know, to escort. So this system we need to base some stuff on beta telescopy, which we're terraforming. Sorry, in beta telescopy 6, which is obviously this one. And I think even after we fully terraformed this, it's going to need some infrastructure. So I'm going to split off those freight vessels which have already been upgraded. And I'm going to have them refuel and then start pinching Europa's infrastructure and taking it to beta telescopy and unloading it on Moon 13. And then going back and repeating that. Good. Only takes them 20 days to make that round trip. Start being because we need the population here. And then just make sure I didn't put the... I already put some... What do you call them here, didn't I? Some... not here. Here. Some maintenance facilities. Yeah. So we need 20 maintenance facilities on this moon. Civilians... Maintenance facility... Add demand. So we're going to put 2 destroyers out there as well. Not 20,000. Jesus Christ. 20, which provide a capacity of 20,000. Earth. Maintenance facility. Add us 20 supply. Didn't work because there's a demand. Supply. 20 supply. Good. Okay. And that's not going to bring us below tonnage capacity. No. Okay. Good. How is our maintenance supply quantity, by the way? Looking fine for now. What's this dip? It's when we built the new ships, probably. They onboarded their maintenance supplies. Makes sense. And fuel still looking very positive. Wealth is the only one that's a little erratic. Okay. So that's beta telescopy. Next, Hydri. So we could put... How big is this system? It's not staggeringly large. How far have I managed to make my 100 range go so far? Yeah, so we could probably... Like, this is for a 100 signature. We know they have 170, so we can probably reach about this far, which is 1 billion kilometers. So if I put a 1 billion kilometer range one on this comet, that would more or less cover this system, depending on how far they go. So show me comet orbits. Yeah, so that comet 1 actually stays pretty close to the center of this system. So even from its maximum extent from that jump point, it's only 600 away. And from the maximum distance from this jump point, it's 500 away. So we only actually need about half as many ones as we currently have here. How much would it cost me to build another 111 deep space tracking things? We have so much of these resources. Yeah, just build another 250 and we'll go from there. I'm going to move 111 of them. I should write this down. 111 deep space tracking. Oh, that's what the T stands for. Tracking, obviously. To Comet 1 in Hydri. And I'm going to rename Hydri because I don't like the 61 in the beginning of the name. Good. It's Comet 1, isn't it? Yeah. So Comet 1's going to get that. Good. So that comet is extremely useful. It's going to allow us to actually keep track of what the heck's going on in this system. Now, should I have a destroyer posted on the comet? The comet would be hard to inhabit. Low gravity. There's some galaxite over here. I have a new planet designation that we need to have. I think it's a designation of 4 is highway system. patrolled slash defended system between hubs. Rename this system. This is now a class 4 highway system, which means it needs defending. I'm gonna see if they attack non-inhabited systems first. But then in the fullness of time, we might well actually colonize this comet such that we can have... I mean, you can only hold 80,000 people. I guess we'd have to inhabit Comet 3. Problem is, if we were on Comet 3 and it happened to be at this part of its orbit, we're looking at 1.2 billion range. Well, we'll think about that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But right now it's a highway system. We're going to put 111 deep space tracking onto Hydra, which we might as well do right now, actually. Civilian flag, because we don't need them on Earth right now. They're not urgently needed. And they're going to... Oh yes, I need to create a colony. Then refresh this screen. Here, civilians, deep space tracking station, demand 111. Good. That should be more than enough, I think. Okay. It doesn't need a governor. Not gonna have any population, not for now anyway. Okay, good. So that's this system dealt with. Last but not least, Lac Isle. Now, Lac Isle is fortunate because its jump gate is nice and close to the existing, to the actual planets we're inhabiting. Lac Isle 5. Is there anything around Lac Isle 5 that we're trying to defend? Don't think so. Lac Isle is just Lac Isle 1, which is here. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that needs a governor, by the way. And there's one other in Lac Isle, right? Lac Isle 3 and Lac Isle 5, Moon 4. Damn, Lac Isle 5, Moon 4 is out here. So, how many deep space tracking stations do we currently have on Lac Isle 1? 43. Okay, so let's round that up to... let's add another 7 there. Deep space tracking station, at demand, another 7, please. And let's put some on this one. And we'll have our response team on Lac Isle 2 capable of covering Lac Isle 5. I like the name Lac Isle, by the way. I think that's a cool new name for it that I can definitely pronounce. Put 50 there. And then Earth, I'm actually going to up their supply of deep space tracking stations to all the ones they currently have. And then we'll just, whenever Earth has too few, we just build more rather than trying to supply exactly the right number. So I want to increase this to like 500. And yeah, it's using stuff that we're not short on, basically. So you're a lot of Iridium, but that means we have the coverage. So now the last thing we need is Lac Isle, or Lacus in Lac Isle, needs maintenance. Add a demand. Sorry, don't military restrict it. Maintenance facility. Add a demand. So we have 2 here, 2 on Earth, 4 in base telescopy, which leaves us to the 2 on Earth that can be put into fleets if they need to be. Not 20,000, Jesus. Okay, now Earth needs to edit the supply up to 40. Good. Should be in a good place, I think. Good. And I set the retooling already. Yes, all our military dockyards are being used. Okay, go for it. That seems good. That seems good. I think we're in a good place. The Hydra highway designation will be useful. And I think we've got some... We're lucky that there's a comet in Hydra. It's going to be really annoying when we have to try and defend a system with no bodies. I think we're going to have to fly in the space station, basically. Right. The guy doing electromagnetic sensitivity retired. What a geezer. Someone else, take over. Ooh, you're much better. Nice. What can I dial back? Someone with a bad research bonus. You. Give me a whole bunch of these and put them in here. And then assign new there too. Very nice. Get that chunked out in short order. Ooh, mineral shortage for supply production at beta telescoping moon 13. Right, okay, so I've got to remember. Oh, interesting. What's happened here? Moving in. How is there 70 infrastructure here? Moving in the deep tracking stations and the maintenance facilities appears to have told the civilian economy, hey, bring in some workers to manage this. I didn't know that was going to happen. Cool. Yes, so they immediately have a shortage, of course, because now we have a new problem, which is these systems with maintenance facilities need minerals to actually run. Most specifically, they need duranium. Looks like duranium, uridium, and gallicite. I should look this up. Aurora 4X. Maintenance mineral needs. How do I know military fleet maintenance? Fleet sitting idle needs to be maintained. Okay, maintenance is done automatically. So what I think I want to do is, rather than shipping minerals to these places, what I instead want to do is have a ship which delivers maintenance supplies to these places, because I assume that's more compact. Like on Earth. Is that how it works? Like they maintain it with maintenance supplies? I need to look this up. Aurora 4X maintenance facility. Maintenance facilities are installations that provide maintenance to orbiting ships, preventing them from using engineering supplies and freezing their maintenance clocks. A ship requires one maintenance facility per 200 tons. I don't think that's right. Per 200 tons. And a maintenance facility is able to support any number of ships at a given time. That's not right. Is that right? Am I producing staggering too many maintenance facilities? How can I test this? Earth. Provide some more maintenance facilities. Add supply. If that's right, that's game changing. And also, we need more than I thought. Oh, but there's tech that increases the amount that they can support, right? So this is the 200 is pre that technology. Sit up straight, Christo. Good reminder. Right, so if you send 20 more out to Luna, maintenance facility, add demands, 20 maintenance facilities and a mass driver. Earth, you're providing some mass drivers, right? How many mass drivers you got? 52. Mass driver, add supply, 40. Okay. Now go some ticks. Water microscopies reached the required level. Yeah, let me fix that up. Sorry, microscopy moon. Where is it? Microscopy 1. Which is... I think you mean this one. Yeah. No? Where am I looking? Here. Okay. Got the water vapor. So we'll see what that 0.48 becomes. Obviously, it's way too hot still. So we need to add some Phrygium. Give me 3 atmospheres of that and tell me how you feel. So yeah, let's just go some ticks so that the stuff gets delivered to Luna, and then we'll test it. Okay, Luna now has 7,000. Wait for it. 13,000. Let that keep going. 15,000. And it's got the mass driver now. 20,000. Okay. So now I'm going to go to Earth. And I'm going to say, hey, send a bunch of resources to Luna. I'm going to go 5 days. Which should give us a bunch of different minerals on Luna. No? Where's my delivery? Ah, yes, that's something else I should do. Right, so stop maintenance facility production. Does that stop their capacity? No, but they do still have... No, okay, and it also removes their mineral shortage. So can I supply them... But now it's not costing anything. That seems kind of busted, right? Like if I just stop the maintenance supply production, does it just fix the issue? Feels like it shouldn't, doesn't it? Also, have we had a delivery of minerals yet? Yes, there we go. So there's been some minerals delivered. Now I'll just turn that off again. So Luna has some minerals. Now, we move Strike Force Alpha, which has... we move it to... Sorry, let me bring this on screen for you. We move it to Luna. But I can't because some of it are in the shipyard. All of it is in the shipyard. Okay. We go to our shipyards and we take the anti-dark Eldars that are not in the shipyard. We temporarily put them under Strike Force Alpha. And we move them to Luna. Okay. It takes like no time. So now they're at Luna. The question is, does their... Well, firstly, their deployment time shouldn't go up, but it's a good moment to test that. Now, if we go to Luna, shipyard maintenance facilities capacity, 20,000 tons. Shipping tonnage maintained, 39.997 thousand tons. Will their maintenance clocks increase? Will only 2 out of 4 of their maintenance clocks increase? All of their maintenance clocks increase. Right. So you do need to be actively producing maintenance supply on a planet in order for them to work, for any of them to work, it seems like. Or, alternative hypothesis, it's working, but it's just because it can only handle half of them, it's slowing it by half. So, to test this hypothesis, we lower it to 2 ships. And we see what happens then. There's our second deep space tracking station. Good. Deployment. Maintenance 0.02. Another 5 days. 0.02. Another 5 days. 0.02. Seems promising that we can actually, as long as you have enough maintenance facilities. Yeah, I'm actually going to pause recording for a second and go and ask this question on Reddit, because I think that wiki page is wrong. I think you do have to have sufficient numbers of maintenance facilities, but it looks like you can maintain ships for no minerals, which is great news if true. So I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go post a question on Reddit, and we'll see what they think. Right, cool. So I put the question to the smart people over online, but it seems like, I mean, let's just go a few more ticks. Sorry, I gotta research the set first. Give me a. Yeah, sure, a large cargo hold. But it really seems like we can maintain tonnage for free, as long as we have the right maintenance facilities. Don't tick up to 0.03 now, after all that. No, nice. Can I overhaul here? Begin overhaul. Yeah. Wait, no. All ships in overhaul. Yes, they should finish their overhaul like super quickly. Because they only have 0.2. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, but the maintenance supply points have gone down. Ship overview. Transported items. That's worth knowing. Was it lower a second ago? Let's go 30 days and see if it goes down, because it should go down by... Damn. Yes, so their maintenance supply points do fall, but their deployment time doesn't. Okay, but what that means is I am able to supply ships by moving maintenance supplies, because I can just take my freight, you know, go to Earth and load up maintenance supply points. How do you load maintenance supply points? Load ship component? Can you not load maintenance supply points? Right. You have to design a supply ship to do that. Okay, let's do that. Oops. And then the supply ship just resupplies, and then the supply ship has the unique capacity to resupply colony, I think. Okay, close that. Okay, so first off, the new dudes just move back to Earth for now. By the way, the Azazels have been refitted, which is great. Okay, and now these two can just merge back in down here for now. Good. Okay, so right, and Luna can supply its stuff again. Mass driver. Supply of 1. Excuse me. Right, because there's demand. It's so silly that 0 demand doesn't delete it. Add supply of 1. And maintenance facility. Supply of 20. Okay. I guess I'll demand them somewhere I know I'm gonna want them. No, I'll just demand them back to Earth. That's fine. Maintenance facilities. Delete that. And the mass driver, we can just leave there for a while. That's fine. Maintenance facilities. And demand 20. Okay. So. Okay, so we need a ship that can carry maintenance supplies. And then basically we're just going to have depots where we have some maintenance facilities, which keep the clocks down. Maintenance supplies on the planet to replenish the ships. And that should be all good. Okay, so we'll use the Coiler as a base. Copy that. And this is now a supply ship. Supply. Lots of things we can do with S here. Yeah, support vessel. Is there no supply? Shuttle. Scout. Salvage. Resupply base? No. Is it a resupply ship I'm after then, maybe? Replenishment ship. Sure. A replenishment ship. And the first one can be named running out of lists. Sure, animals. It can be named after an alligator. An alligator class replenishment ship. Does not need an ordnance supply system. Ah, I made my coilers already have a bunch of maintenance things. Okay, that's good to know. But I want one that doesn't have magazines regardless. We only need one of these engines. Yeah. Nice. Large maintenance storage bays. So it can carry... Where's its... Where does it say how many bits of maintenance storage it carries? Build points, total hits to kill. Am I losing it? Minimum supplies, refill priority. Yeah, where's the thing about maintenance supplies? MSP, the storage capacity for maintenance supply points. MSP. There it is. Okay, 75,000. So remember, the destroyer escorts consume 4,000 in 4 years. 4,000 in, you know, closer to 4,000 in 5 years. Okay. We could redesign them now that we know they're not actually going to be doing much escorting, but yeah, I mean, we should have a new class of ship, to be honest, but we won't do that right now. But we should have a new class of ship, which is the destroyer interceptor, and then the escorts are designed for the long haul, following ships around, and the interceptors are designed to get the ping on the passive, and then yeet it. These are all the same size, aren't they? No. The earlier one is like, but I'm still never going to use the small ones anymore. Which means I do actually need to upgrade my stabilization chip now I think about it. Like so. Rename it to MK2. Obviously the old one. Okay. So the alligator class resupply takes 70,000, which means if they're using 4,000 per destroyer, we're going to put 2 destroyers on most planets, which means if we take 75, excuse me, oh, I turned that one off. 75,000 divided by 8. So I'd like it to be a few more than that. Where's it gone? Let's say it was 100,000. So it's 100,000 by 8,000. So this is 12 years worth of supplies. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is basically it goes to Earth. We have a huge deposit on Earth. It goes to Earth. It loads maintenance storage supplies. It goes to a planet. It drops it off. And we don't have to worry about it for 12 years. Basically. And we do that supply run every time we hit the end of a decade. That's a nice way of remembering. Sounds good. It's got plenty of range. Good. We're going to need a new shipyard for this bad boy. You internal capacity upgrade to 24,000, please. Rename. You are the maintenance. No, you are the repair guys. Brackets. RS. Good. So in the miscellaneous, do I have to set anything? No. I don't have to say like... No, that's fine. Okay. So it has all these components. And it costs a lot. Wow. The maintenance supply points that we're putting on board, these 100,000, cost 10,000 gallicite. That means we're consuming over a course of 10 years and our 3 deployment points for escort destroyers out there, destroyer escorts rather, out there in the universe. We're consuming 30,000 every 10 years or 3,000 gallicite per year. So just to maintain those new ships, we're using, you know, a sizable portion, 5% of our current gallicite reserve. That's worth keeping an eye on, for sure. Okay, good. So we're tooling up for that new ship, and then we'll build that, and then we'll be able to cover things. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Anything else I need to do? I don't think so. I think we're kind of almost ready. Now we just need this refit to finish, and one more after that. And then we're kind of ready to keep exploring, meeting new people and killing them. Will be fun. Good stuff. And we'll see what the wise people of Reddit have to say about my my question about maintenance supplies. Phrygium on Mercury has reached a required level. How you doing, Mercury? You cooled down yet? You know what? It kind of has. Too much, actually. Whoops. It now goes from -16 to +42. Damn. So we can't make Mercury habitable. That's another good question for Reddit, actually. If a planet has a variance of greater than 48 degrees, there's just nothing you can do. I think. I want to check if that's true. Terraforming temperature question. I think I know the answer. But just to confirm, please. If a planet has a greater than, what is it, 48? Yeah, 48 degree temperature variance from perihelion to aphelion, you can never get it to consistently be 0.0 colony cost. Right? Thanks. Good. Cool. Once again, we'll see what the wise people of the internet think about that one. Okay. Brilliant. I'm going to call it a part there. Good episodes. Thank you for watching. We're going to... that temperature is almost perfect, actually, it looks like, because it's just the same amount below and above. Now we just need to add some water vapor. Let's see how that 5 did. Where did I add 5 recently? Is it Callisto? Is it Ganymede? I forget. I think 4.5 is the right number. So we're going to go with that. And then, yeah, Io still doesn't have quite the right amount of water vapor. So let's send... Where do we just finish? Oh, it's not finished yet, is it? But we're building ships to deal with Io, though, aren't we? Okay, cool. Right, well, I'm going to call it a part there. Thank you so very much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. And, yeah, see you then.